let's look into the game and especially into the rules.
Okay.
I think it's always best to play or to explain the rules why we're playing. It's really annoying to talk half an hour and then forget anything anyway. So I think we just do step by step. The first round takes a... Yeah, exactly. That's the spirit. So we start... Shall I repeat the story, what we have to do? We have to prevent the dragon from rising from the well. So you see always the status of the dragon is shown here. This is the board for when we fight enemies. They will be placed here, and then we see in which room the current enemy is in. Here we have the threat markers that will come for when the threat rises from the dragon. This is our action tiles and connector tiles. I will tell you when we do combat. And those are the tiles. They have two sides, a blue side and a green side. So we start with the blue side on the well.
And we have the character class.
And the character classes, yeah, that's of course, everybody plays themselves.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. Okay, so then we have artifact cards and the enemy cards.
And to mention,
Yeah.
I am red because I play a red guitar.
Yeah. And Marcus has the one or other blue guitar.
And
so
Marcus has a blue guitar. Hansi has a black microphone.
Yeah.
And I think.
And I want a yellow drum kit, so that's why. Hey, I saw Lars Ulrich has a yellow drum kit.
Faster.
You used to be blonde back in the day.
Yeah. So let's go back to the game here. So in a turn has 6 sub-turns pretty much. So 6 phases of what we have to do. The first is exploring or moving. Then we encounter enemies. Then we will set up a fighting line, how to fight against them. Then we will evaluate we place the actions, what we do, and then is the evaluation, who won the battle, and then is the refreshing and dragon phase. So that's always that continues going, and then in the end we will see if we get enough of those mirror shards here. This is what we want to accomplish in the end. So we have a little more here. We all start at the well. I would say to make it a little easier, I start as the first player to show you how a turn goes, because after the first round the first player token goes around and everybody else.
I'm second.
You will be second. But the cool thing is we can always still talk about what's about to happen. So that's the blue side, as I said. First phase is everybody will be exploring, starting with the first player. So blue side up, I have to take a green tile, the green side up, and we have to match the torches. So in that case, I will place it like this. There's 2 torches on there, meaning there's 4 possible ways. This doesn't work, this doesn't work. So it's actually one position that connects. And then I try to enter a room or connect in a way that I can enter the room right away, because then I get rewarded with drawing an artifact card. Okay, so that's only when you unfold a tile and enter that room straight away, then you are allowed to draw an artifact card, which I do right now. Okay, and everybody has, of course, 5 of their action cards in hand, and then I have another one.
Can we show it to the others? Or?
No, that's a very good point, Hansi, because we are allowed to talk about what we can do, but we're not allowed to mention values. So, like, I'm not allowed to say my attack has the strength of 3. I'm not allowed to say 3, but I can say, well, for that monster, I have a very good thing, and it would be great if I would be first in line to fight it. So this is we have to communicate and talk about that, but we cannot say, okay, I have a bonus of 5 or something.
But can I see my cards as Andre does? Or?
Yes, you're allowed to look at your cards, of course. and it's good to plan it out. Right now they don't tell us that much because we don't know what that means. Yeah, I think once we go through there, I explain you the values and everything. So I entered the room. That means I have to draw an enemy card. Each time a room gets entered or placed on the map, then we need to draw an enemy that sits in that room. In this case, it's the witch. Witch is the character class, and then it's the mastery is magic. So our attacks.
So the hand is magic.
Yes. Anybody who wants to fight that witch later on needs to be first in reach to do that, and needs an action card that matches either the hand or the class. Which I have actually. Oh, I have a couple of cards that match. That's good. So you always need either the character or the mastery class to match, and then you need to be in range. But this range thing is also easily explained when we get there. So for now, we just know the witch sits in that room with me. So it sits there. And nothing else is happening for me now. My turn, or my phase, my part of the phase is over because I just did my one movement into the thing, have a new tile. So it would be your turn to either move into my space, but it's not good to be too close to each other. Mm-hmm. So it would be smarter if you also unrevealed a tile.
Okay, but
and you
move, motherfucker, move!
Exactly. And you always, the part is, because everybody sees that now, we always draw from the below the pile.
Okay, but I would have to go on with green now because you have.
If you put it to no, you can only move from where you're standing on. So
okay.
you have a blue tile, so you need the green side and attach it to where you are standing. And then hopefully in a way that you can enter the room, because the monster will appear anyway. But
you can't enter the room and fight immediately.
No, we are doing that in phases. We are fighting pretty much.
That would be accurate, right?
That it looks good, yes.
Yeah, and then I would have to take an action card as well, or
no, because you're just going here into the corridor. That's why I said try to put it in a way that you're entering the room.
Okay.
The corridor is just expanded now.
So
but if you enter the room,
the move is done. No,
cheating.
You are going to the corridor. That's it. That's it.
corridor of shame.
Shame on you. Move, motherfucker.
Wiederholen ist gestohlen. Yeah.
But you know that we're a team, right? Don't forget about that.
I'm Team Dragon.
So
I beat the shit out of all of you.
So that's the monster that sits in that room that you're not in, but it's adjacent to you. Yeah, you can put it here to the number 2 slot.
It's the witch as well.
Yeah, well, I think I didn't shuffle too well before we started.
So
we have all witches,
this goes
maybe.
In there?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have another witch and another magic. Yeah, maybe we do a little bit of a shuffling here. So, I don't know, just for that. Hopefully the next one is a non-witch. And then that would be your turn as well, because, I mean, that part of the turn.
What would be my turn?
That's it.
I'm
done.
You're done.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm not even in.
Exactly, you cannot, like this, you cannot move in. Let me just see.
That I would do with the next one, then I would not have to take a shot, is that correct?
The shard are the rewards when we fight those enemies. They don't have shards, the witches.
No, he was talking about the room.
The map tile. That's next round then.
So now it's Andre's turn.
Yeah,
My turn.
but I just want to show, if you had put it this way, it doesn't fit there. Okay.
You would have cheated.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. Okay, so that's.
So I was not that stupid.
You weren't that stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I saw a change there, but even that would.
Don't touch my.
yeah, well, you potentially could have, of course, attached it there.
He doesn't like that.
So,
Yeah, now Andre's
what are
turn.
my options? Do I have to use a tile, or can I just enter a room? What is my option
You can-
in this position?
Yeah, you can either go into my room through that door.
Yeah.
As I said, it's not good to be too close together. later on, because then the dragon threat will rise higher. You can also join Hansi in his corridor here.
Boring.
Yeah, no, there's not that much there. Or you discover a new part of the
But
labyrinth.
if I go to your room, can I slay the witch?
You can also slay the witch if you're standing here. This is the thing that is a little...
I can just use one of my action cards and slay the witch.
You will see when we are done with the moving or discovering phase, we will go to combat. And every fighter can fight any card that is here.
Okay, so
Two special
I don't
turns.
need to. I don't need to waste my turn with a move. I can just fight, right?
No, you always do the discovery. This is part of is part of your turn.
I have to move, or I can stand still.
No, you have to move.
But I can't stand still. I have to move.
You have to move.
So my options are this, or this. Okay.
And I would suggest taking a tile
But
because
I don't
then
do
we.
what you suggest. I go to your.
All right. There we go.
So,
There we
and
go.
Now, can I beat the fucking witch on?
When it's at the time, you can, yes.
Yes.
Not now.
Not now.
Not now.
Because Marcus has to move first and discover or discover.
So I have to draw from the bottom of
Yes,
the pile, right?
correct.
So, where are those thingies? No, that doesn't fit. Does not fit at all.
Oh, and you enter the room. So you are allowed to draw an artifact right away.
That's just for myself.
And we see, actually it was not so stupid that you joined another room.
No.
Because now we have only 3 monsters. No.
Of course it was
Okay, so we put the monster in the room. Number 3.
Monster is this one here, right?
Correct.
And I have not a witch.
Good.
I have a bitch.
You cannot say that. Okay, and we see the reward, the 2 mirror shards.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, and also the hand of death, but it's a different, monster type. Now comes the next part that we have to engage the monsters. That means the first player, which is me, starts a fighting line with those action tiles. For each tile of those big ones we play, we are allowed to play a card of our hand later in combat. That means now we have to think a little bit, how many cards can we play at all? And we need to know that now the range comes in place. So regarding where you're located at, you have a certain distance to the target. Let's say I'm in distance 0 to enemy number 1, because I'm in the same room. Same goes for you, by the way. And then we have distance 1 to that corridor, distance 2 to Marcus's monster, and also distance 2 to the one that is
Shouldn't it be 3?
Yeah.
1.
No.
Another corridor,
No.
2 and 3.
It should be if you were walking. That's correct. But the idea is that if you shoot if you shoot an arrow, it goes so much faster than walking somewhere. So the fighting range is the corridor counts as 1. Everything that's connected is 1. But if you walk there, you wouldn't.
This became 1 room.
Yes, for the range for the combat.
Okay.
So that is distance 2. This is distance 2 from those 2 guys here.
Yeah.
For Hansi, it's of course a little bit different. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1. So you have only range 1 for everything that you want to fight. But if you have a card, and on the bottom, I show you just 1 card to see what it looks like. This one I cannot use anyway. So you have on the bottom, you have the range symbol. This is range 1. Sometimes they have a 2, sometimes they have a 0. And interesting to know, with cards that you cannot play, you can use them to increase your range. So that is a quite fancy thing. If you have only like a great attack with range 1, but I want to help Marcus in his room with which is range 2 from my side, then I can just discard another action card that I am anyway not allowed to play or cannot play in this context because it doesn't match the symbols, for instance. Then I can increase my range and I can fight him. And it would be good to engage all the monsters, because if there's a monster not being engaged in the end, the threat level will automatically rise quicker. And then we have here the symbols, as you saw already. So this card doesn't match, but I can use it for increasing my range that I have. So having that in mind, I plan my turn, how to fight a monster. So definitely there's this one. Of course, you can also attack the one in our room, and we can talk about it now. And you can say, okay, do you have something for the monster in our room? Is there something that you can do? Because then I could focus also on helping Marcus or trying to go to this monster.
I think I can't.
You can't. Okay. Okay, good.
Depending on, do you have to match both of them, or is
No.
enough?
One at least.
In range.
If you have another one, then you can add this bonus as well. Sometimes they have, like here for the if you have the witch symbol and it has a 1 or a 3 or something.
Question.
Yes, please.
Let's say I'm in a room with a monster. Can I still use range 1 or 2 card?
Yeah.
So I can be
Yeah.
higher.
Overranging.
Yeah, you can be.
Overranging
Of course.
is okay.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually the close ones are a little stronger.
Okay.
But you can, of course. Yeah.
Then I could do something.
Up to. Yeah, of course.
But I'm not sure if I want to waste my range.
No, you shouldn't. You should not waste anything. We just should.
Better help Marcus.
So I have something. I have something great for in that room. So maybe I would plan playing that. This is just for my internal planning. I would plan playing that card. So in my head, this is something that I can play. So I place the first in line, and for you to add your actions or potential actions, I place a connector on each side. So now you can either play before me, if you say like, oh, I want to go first. But if I can say that already, I would like to go first on the witch in room number 1.
Yeah.
Because I have some bonus that comes when I play as first card in that.
The fight only happens after we all did our moves.
Yes, we now plan who is allowed or who wants to play how many cards. Not which card, but how many cards.
So next is Hansi again.
Exactly. Now I placed one thing, and you can now join the fighting line if you have something to contribute. No, rolling
We're
is
not
different.
in the moving phase.
Moving it was before. Moving
Okay,
was when
now
you
we're
moved
in the
here.
fight.
Now
Actually-
we're planning the fight.
But you don't need to fight. You can just skip it.
You don't need it. No.
And you can only fight boss 1, or you can also fight boss 2.
You can at the same time. You can. This is why I say, like, for each action tile that you put down, you can in the end place an action card of your hand.
Yeah, but you can place it only in one boss, or in 2 bosses, or in
Yeah.
only.
If I, let's say here somewhere in that line, I can play a second card, either for the same monster or another one.
No,
So
but
we can go-
no. Let's say Hansi would pass, and I would be next in a move. Could I attack the second monster
Yeah. You can attack any monster that you can reach
that I can
all the
reach?
time.
Okay.
See, that's why it's important to think about who is kind of taking care of which one.
Okay.
Because I was in some earlier games, I did not talk about that too much, and we all went on the same monster, and 2 were not covered. And there was like, of course, slayed to death. There was nothing left over of that monster because everybody went on that, and nobody had stuff for the other ones.
Okay.
I saw
so
that.
You suggest, yeah, but you think you can say that you would. fight
I would like.
monster in this-
I would have at least one good thing for
this monster in this-
the one in our room.
Okay, so
If you
this monster is covered. So,
So,
I need to think about going
No,
for
no, no,
this
no, no, no,
or
that's
going for this.
yeah, you can. Yeah, for you
But
it makes no
then I
difference
need-
if it's
but
this.
then I would need a spell range 2 if whatever
Yes,
I attack.
exactly. And it's the same distance if you go to Marcus's or to
And
one
if
by
I
hand.
am, let's say, I don't have a range of 2,
If you-
then I could only attack this one as well.
Or you have a range 1, let's say, and then you put another card that you maybe cannot play to those monsters. You just discard that to increase your range. That is, after the turn, every of those little connectors that are not on the backside is the wound symbol. If you receive a wound, then you cannot use that until it's healed. But for all the normal face-up connector tiles, you will get another extra action card for the next turn. So you get them back, yes.
Take that here because I
You add it to the combat line.
I will have to.
Yeah.
Eine Linie.
Yeah, and the symbol is always on the bottom side. So this is the bottom side. This is top side. Yeah, it's correct as you did it, because you cannot flip them around.
All right, but so these are connection pieces. You just added.
Yeah.
And
This means
if I
You would be second
this
in
means
line.
you are
Yeah.
second.
Now you will be second in fighting. Exactly.
right, if I need it for this one, right?
For
For placing any card.
Whatever attack you
Yeah.
do on one of the three monsters,
Okay.
you are the second who has a spell.
Whatever Frederick does happens before whatever you will do.
Exactly. And I just said I would be happy if I placed a card here
Okay.
to face that witch
Okay.
with my first card. That's why I placed myself, of course.
That means again, if I have a card to fight against this monster in my case, and this has no distance, I can use another card.
Improve it. You can
the distance.
even discard 2 cards if you need 2 range. But it's of course very pricey to do that. It's expensive to throw 2 cards away, but you could in theory.
Okay. So if I won, I keep both cards, or I just get another one. This I did.
After the getting cards, I would say we're overthinking it a little bit too much.
Okay.
So right now we just place we build
that
the.
would be the other one I have to add, right?
Okay, yeah, you don't have to, but it's of course helpful for you to get potentially action cards back for the next turn.
All right.
So you want to have
we'll
some
see.
for that. Okay. Would you like to contribute to the fighting line? So you need
So,
a circle on both sides.
so if this monster, let's say you attack first, and you attack the first witch, and the witch dies, then, and I want to go for the same card, and it's dead already, what happens?
We don't know that yet because we
Yeah,
place
but-
first the cards and then we see. But you can already see how much damage I'm dealing
No, I can't.
when I'm placing my card.
But I'm
Now you
planning
cannot see that.
But
But this,
I'm planning now.
I
so-
know, but this is the part of why we're not allowed to
Okay.
talk about
So,
values.
Yeah, okay, so that's why we are not allowed to. So I have
Yeah.
to guess
Yeah.
if you will kill that witch or if I will put a card on top to kill it. Right?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to kill a witch with
And
only
you need
one
to
card.
kill all 3 cards in that one round.
I would say, of course, knowing about the rewards, it makes the most sense to engage all the enemies, but this one needs to be killed because he has the 2 shards that we want. They have no reward. So they are just, we can just go there and put 1 attack in, and that's it.
Okay.
Plus, she's pretty strong with her bonus of doubling the black monster die. It's like she can potentially have +6, so it's pretty tough.
Okay. So I would say, and since there's 3 of these and 2 of these, I connect 1 of this, so you can have a round 1, right? That is here.
Correct. And you want to play a connector as well. Okay.
Yes.
So now it's my turn.
Now it's your turn.
Symbol has to be at the bottom. If I want to use, assuming I had a weapon and I
Yeah,
want to attack
artifact.
something, do I need to place another one then?
No. The artifact goes together with the
Okay,
action.
so then-
And if it doesn't get destroyed, you also get it back, by the
Yeah.
way. That's a cool thing to have. That's why it's pretty rare. That's why it's good to enter a chamber with getting an artifact. That's why it's a good thing to have.
Then
I also have an artifact that increases the range, for instance. You know, that's a pretty cool thing. So I check again. So now everybody did their little turn, and I check again what I can do. So I have
But
one.
we are not dealing damage. The round is complete.
No. I can.
dealing damage now.
No. We're not dealing damage. We can do a second. Whoever wants to play more cards, we add more cards then. Now, so I want to play again because I have another potential thing I can do.
Okay.
And then I want. Well, it doesn't really matter when I do that, so I just put myself in the end and add another one of those. Oopsie.
Molecule. Okay.
Yeah, hand, and then which plus, what was that?
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul, yeah.
So Hansi.
Hansi, would you like to play another action?
To get a conclusion, I just pass. You know. So
Okay, but if you pass, you cannot join in again.
what does that mean?
Like if, let's say, Andre and Marcus and I were still adding things, and when it's your turn, you cannot then decide, oh, now I wanna play another card. So it's now, or if you pass,
No, or never.
then for that turn, you're done. Yeah. So next turn, of course, everything is possible again.
Shoot everything you have.
So as I said, it makes sense to focus on this guy here because he has the rewards. They are kind of uninteresting for us for winning the game because they don't have rewards.
Bam! I pass.
Everything on.
Everything out. Old roleplay gamer.
If I have an attack
Yeah.
and an artifact that I want to use, is that one blue thingy that I placed good for both cards, or do I need to continue?
No, for each action card you need an action tile, but the artifact goes together with an action card. The artifact doesn't need an extra
Then I'm good.
card there. Okay, you're out.
So that gives
Finally, we fight.
that gives him saying this one will be fought, and maybe you fight against it with either one of them, and you win. And if I were the one to continue, then
Then it's wasted, but your card is gone. You need to play it, right?
You mean like if you
won.
overshoot the
But he needs to play his
if the
card. Now
enemy
that
is-
he announced it, he needs to play
yeah,
his card.
he can also hold the card back, but
Why?
No, now
Well,
that he announced 2 cards.
he,
Yeah.
he can play up to 2 cards.
yeah, but if it's gone,
Why would you not play the
Yeah,
second card?
but
why should I if the game is over already?
Okay,
But-
let's see. That's good point.
But but then I could always put myself in line and then not play.
Yeah.
That would be stupid.
Yeah, but what about if it's done in vain because the monsters?
But what is the motivation
Then I
of
cannot
doing
be
that?
playing
I mean, you always want to play cards.
No. Let's say
Yeah, as usual.
No. Let's say I have a great card for that first monster. So, but you kill it already. Okay, but I am in
Yeah.
line, and you said it's part of the game strategy to think of it if the points will be enough or not. So I announced I will play my card, and then I don't have to play my card, and I can keep it. That is like cheating.
No, that's just it's just lucky. It's being lucky because you see that. I mean, let's imagine you are in the dungeon and there is Marcus hits a witch with a sword,
Hit, bam.
and then it's there. It's like you would not go and stab it again. You would just say, "Hey, I'm saving my energy." Yeah, you would. You would loot it. I know, but. It's
Skin it.
yeah, it's not that. It's not, and also it doesn't happen very often that with one card you will beat a monster. But we will see in the next turn. I think we're overthinking it a little bit.
okay.
So I have nothing to contribute because I cannot play more than 2 cards.
Okay, so
So-
do your damage.
Now we check who's the first in the line. Oh, that's
You are.
me. It's
Oh.
me. So yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah, I know, it's a big surprise. So I play 1 card and I face, as I announced already, the witch here and that would be range 0, so it's in the same room. I can do that. I also get the bonus of the shield. That means in case she deals me a wound, I have my shield, so I'm not receiving a wound only because I'm the first in line. And for that card, I get my action tile back, but those little connectors, they stay there because we need them later on.
One more question.
So
Do they have a range as well? So they can only
no.
attack you if you are standing in the same room.
It's just-
this
yeah.
witch who is in this room could not attack Hansi. Let's say he's like we are down and they are the last
Yeah.
players. Could she attack Hansi?
what Hansi would be, if Hansi goes the next in line after me, and I would receive the first wound. If she dealt 2 wounds by, let's say,
you're dead.
yeah, well then we're out anyway.
Because nobody else knows.
Too complicated. Now, like let's say she rolls with her twice, then she deals 2 wounds. So I would catch 1 wound, but I'm shielded. But then Hansi would catch the next wound, the next one in line, and it is irrelevant if she's in the same room as him. It's just that if he's engaged, we don't want to make it too complicated.
Okay,
it's like once you're engaged,
because we have
in one.
range, so why don't?
Yeah, well, that's the way the game goes. So it's the everything in the fighting line, in the engagement line is pretty much relevant.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe she has a spell. I don't know.
So that's your attack.
That's my thing. I put my attack here and or my action card down, and then I got my action tile.
So now it's
back.
Hansi's turn
Now it's Hansi
to
place a card.
Whatever.
I play against her, and I obviously need 2 because one is for getting into the room, and the other one is basically to attack her. And
Okay, because your range is 0, then you have
Right.
Okay. Yeah, technically you just discard, not to confuse later on with the values. Maybe you just discard the extra one that you,
Sure.
because that doesn't fit. You just discard it next to your drawing pile.
But that would be the question because I wasn't sure about being attacked and needing a sort of protection, which you may have there. I don't get that. What is this?
This is a heal. You heal a wound.
But this doesn't count because you only used it for the range, right?
Yeah.
So the spells are out.
Yeah.
So, but you have next to your drawing pile, which is mine here, you have a discard pile. So this is where your extra card for the would
So
go.
now it's Andre's turn.
Now it would be. Oh, Hansi gets his tile back. That we know that he played his card.
Okay. So I will move.
No, you can't move.
No,
I
you
will
can.
move behind the enemy so I can hit critical.
Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Now comes the spell. And bam!
Wow. Okay, there you go. Nice. Okay, so
He gets his red tile
yes,
thing.
correct. There we go. For your collection,
So I will attack the sharp thingy there
the one in your room.
in my room, and I have
That's number 3,
range
right?
0, but I will use my sword.
Okay, so
With that.
you have 2 extra. Correct. The sword. No, the sword. Well, how is the range?
Range is 0. I'm in the same room.
Oh yeah.
I need
Okay.
range.
Of course. Yeah. So you just add that. Okay, but the sword does not help you that much right now.
Why?
Um,
Sword.
Yeah, but you're not fighting that class. I would not play that that right now, because you can potentially just lose it. But you need to. It only works against those the monsters.
It's a keeper.
It's a keeper. Yeah. It's a keeper. Keep it on the high end.
Wait, but I can.
But you can do that. This is totally fine. This matches. This does not match.
Yeah.
But so you at least doing two damage points.
Good.
And 0 works out.
Then
Okay.
I need.
You need your thing back.
back.
So now my second card. Oh, I place it first maybe. I have a nice +2 against magic, and I cannot reach it because it's only 1. So I place my range increase. Hey, that's actually stupid. Well, I just do it because we need to defeat this guy here. Hopefully Hansi has something against him. That is, I just need the gun to increase my range, because unfortunately that is a bonus that's wasted. But I hope that I get my gun back.
I take this one. And that's the range I need. More even.
Also going against the big guy. Now we're talking.
Wir müssen halt besiegen, ne?
The flute smurf starts. So
That is the reason. If they beat it, then.
So what did we
the
beat in
sense?
the end?
now we played all the cards.
Yeah. And
So now we have
explain
the
how we
resolving.
beat the fucking guys
Okay,
there.
we start first. So we have the witch. Oh, we have to roll the dice, of course. The player 1 rolls the dice, both for hero and for the witch in this case. So she deals 1 wound,
Which you block.
which I block. So that's totally fine. That is already gone. Then we have another additional 2 points. So she has 5 points. We have 3, 4 plus the 2.
So
is 6.
You roll for him as well.
Yeah, that's all the fighting line.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
even though he is after him in line.
well, we're just looking at this, Marcus.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I'm
we just
starting to get it.
we
That
just
was
look.
my-
This doesn't exist.
I was thinking the same.
Yeah.
I would have to roll the dice again. But,
Yeah, no.
that is
It goes.
all solved.
It goes for the whole row. So that's one die for the
was one
monster,
turn.
one for us.
It was one turn, so no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is our result for fighting that monster as a
And
corporation.
So she's gone.
She's gone.
So turn
Unfortunately,
around.
no reward. But we at least didn't catch a wound, and we get more stuff back later on. So this is all done, pretty much resolved. Then we look into the next one.
And that would be me being attacked once and
Yeah, one wound.
taking-
Technically 2 wounds, but you have only one there, so you can only catch 1 wound. There's only
So that would be 3, and that's more critical because
you don't win.
I don't win.
That means you're catching the wound.
Yeah.
That means catching a wound. Your thing gets flipped over, and unfortunately, yeah. So hold on. You get your card, of course, back as a discard, and of course we get our stuff back too. This is your discard, my discard here, and this one is the discard of the monsters. Okay, and the last one is then
That's me.
the important guy. Yeah, that's you, kind of, in the first in line. Oh, 3 to 3. Good, okay, he's 10 because of the 3.
Well, one question.
Yes.
So, who is dealing first, the enemy or we? Because let's say we overwhelm him with like 3 points and all these points. Is he able to make
Fight
his
back?
move, or is he the one who's playing first and he's doing his damage
No,
first, and
just-
then we kill him?
Just gets added. Like his value is 7 plus 3, and ours is what we have there plus what we rolled here. Also another plus 3. So we have to just count what we have. So he has 10 versus what we did is 4, 5,
Den eigentlich einsetzen, no?
5,
6.
and no, this is 7 plus 3, so it's 10. 10 to
we
10, and the heroes win when it's a tie. So we just did it, and we also win the 2 shards. So 1 battle was lost, but 2 were won. That's pretty good. So this guy is,
and we have the sharks.
and we have 2. Yeah, now we have the recovery phase. We check how many.
Wound.
So everybody draws anyway 1 card for the refresh phase. So this is standard
From our pile.
from the
here.
from the redraw pile. Exactly. So and then additionally for each not flipped wounded part, we get another extra action card. So that's in my case that's 3. In your case, this is unfortunately only 1, and this wounded has to stay on the wounded side. You could also heal it, but then for the price of adding a Dragon Breath token that is increasing the.
Ich krieg eine und du kriegst auch
Ich
eine.
krieg
Ja,
auch noch
und ihr
eine
kriegt auch eine,
extra.
genau. So, ihr kriegt die auf. Yeah, you get them back, and I got 3, so I got 3 extra cards. Wow, I don't have enough.
Okay.
So then, I have a lot of cards to pick from now.
Yeah.
And luckily I got them all back, which is also nice. So then now the dragon awakes, or like the dragon's turn happens. So that means for each, which we check which room has the most players at the same time. And this is this one. So we have 2 players in there, and that means that 2
Wait, he won. He won.
two
killed.
2 things get added to the board. Yeah, he gets back. And there was a 2. They run away, or even if they're not defeated, they still clear the board. So for the next round, it's free again. Okay, and then that was 1 round.
Yeah, I move.
Everything. You move? Yeah, either here or there.
I move there.
Okay, all right. So if you do, then there's a new monster popping up in the room, and it will be dramatic. Drum roll. Oh. Okay. At least something to be. Again, magic. We were all magic guys here. So that's what you found.
Your turn.
At least range 0. That is something.
But wasn't it? I get a card as well if I.
No, only when you. It's to keep the artifacts a little limited, so that you don't find each room you find an artifact and over. So it's a little bit special too. That's why I said try to put it in a way that you are getting an artifact.
Okay, then I did not get that. When do I get an artifact?
When you explore a new tile. This is already there. It was already discovered.
Okay.
When you put a new one down, and then you enter the room right away. That in that room you find it. It's just a mechanism to make it a little limited.
You move.
I move.
Can also put a new tile here.
I don't want.
I'm just saying.
So I move.
Okay, move or explore, because moving is what Andre did. You are exploring, so you uncover a new.
Do I have to go for blue or for?
No, blue, because you're in green.
Then
Blue
I'll do it
blue is
like
correct.
this.
Yeah, and you get your artifact.
Exactly.
So that was the perfect example for.
I draw an artifact here.
Yes. And you draw also a no monster, which I put in the room right there. Reward is an artifact. Also another way of obtaining artifacts. Okay, now it's a question. Is it smart to open a new room with a third monster? Or shall I also move, like Andre, into the room back, kind of
To support others and
lower the range to this room? And also we have only 2 monsters to fight.
Yeah.
It's not such a stupid idea. And that was that for me.
And that's his turn.
Now you are the first to start a fighting line.
Then I start the fighting line.
And of course we can always go before you if we wanted to, or we talk about that if it makes sense. We won. They're all dead.
Well, the game is even better if you listen to Blind Guardian music while you play.
That was actually missing, that's correct. So, have fun playing the game at home, and as Andre said, listen to Blind Guardian while you do so. Have fun.